Okay, well, we are here in Branson, Missouri at the 12 Oaks Inn. So you can kind of actually see the layout from here. We got two parallel buildings and then a little weird building over there that is also a part of this hotel. We have room 136. Because it's Branson, we have a physical key. Nowhere here has electronic keys, it seems. Just open the door, and we have a Jacob. Close that door. Door is slightly beat up if you look at it. Nothing crazy. Obviously, I've seen a lot worse. And just looking at stuff on the door, I noticed this earlier that the max rate thing, they didn't even fill in the blanks. So, interesting thing is that there is no peephole. That's where the peephole would normally be. But we got a standard residential deadbolt, which you can lock from the outside, by the way, which is kind of interesting. And then just a standard locking doorknob. But pretty good in the security department. It is a decently hefty door as well. So definitely good.
Sometimes in a place like this, I'll end up using like a residential door instead of like an interior one instead of a real exterior door. But that's an exterior door.
That is an exterior door. Moving on, we have some curtains that I guess theoretically looked good at some point. Look straight out of the early 90s. Although based on their condition, I'm guessing they're actually newer than that. I guess they sell ugly crap year-round. And we got a P-tack here as well. Haven't actually seen one of these before. I guess it's what? Infinity Brands. Whatever it is, it's probably just something rebranded. Maybe like rebranded Cheapo Medea or Gree or something like that. If you look at it, it's not exactly the cleanest on the outside. Like, there's something splattered. Maybe somebody, like, spilled a soda here or something like that. Splattered on the P-tack. Could use for a wipe down. Just, in fact, the outside of the P-tack in general could really use a wipe down. As for our filter, I would say that is a soft pass. Maybe like I'd say like a C if we're grading on a scale, where anything below a C is just an F. Yeah, not great, but it's fine. I've seen a lot worse. So, as you can see here, we've got older carpet. Now, they do actually clearly take an effort to clean it. Because while it is fairly old, there aren't a lot of, like, obvious stains or anything like that. So, really can't fault it too much. Got probably what's an older piece of furniture here, as well as a flat panel TV. Turn this on quick. It's just going to be your standard Insignia dumb TV. So I can't watch YouTube in here. Can't watch my own videos. Sorry, guys.
Proximity to a tectonic plate boundary.
That looks like ass, doesn't it? I don't know if that was the, the channel or what. These drawers all do open. I was hitting my bag there, so. And then I guess somebody had an accident with glitter glue here. They could get that up if they go at it. Not going to fault it too much, though. Also got a kind of a gnarly looking phone here with, I guess, our old logo. Phone does work. This could also use a wipe down. Alright, before I go too hard on this place, I will say we got this for like $52 a night before tax. Now, this is a Sunday into a Monday, so pretty off-peak, but it's a cheap place. I'll forgive a lot in a cheap place. Obviously, you see there's like a sink area over there as well, and our bathroom. We'll get to the bathroom a little later, but start by just tearing apart my bed. Quality of the sheets looks pretty nice. You can see here you do have the standard bedding that you'll see in a lot of Days Inns. This place did have those old-fashioned quilt-style bedspreads at one time. They have switched them out for this. So, kind of triple sheeting. What we have is we have a top sheet here, and then underneath we have one of those beige wool blankets that you've seen like every budget hotel, probably since the 90s. And then we got a thin coverlet on top. So, standard thing that you'll get in like a Days Inn or something like that. In fact, this might even be Days Inn bedding. Also got a fly there that wants to say hi. It's Branson. Can't really do much to prevent that. Pillows are okay. Nothing too terrible. This one actually feels pretty nice. This one's pretty lumpy. That is a back pillow.
I came back with a prize.
Got an extra blanket.
Mm-hmm. Also, I was right.
Windrest. Okay, so this is probably liquidated Wyndham bedding in that case. Now, I'll show you something else. Days in ice bucket there. There's a former Days Inn across the street that I think became like short-term housing for like Silver Dollar City employees, seasonal employees. That's what it seems like. I'm guessing they probably just raided their housekeeping closet. Again, all this bedding thus far looks pretty clean. I can't really see any flaws. Now, what we have here, same on Jacob's bed, by the way, is we have a residential style mattress pad with a few subtle stains here, like maybe a sweat stain in that region there. I'm not going to actually touch it, because that's gross. I'm not sleeping directly on that. There are sheets. But residential style mattress pad for comfort. And then we have an encasement for protection. Somebody had an accident. Well, good thing you had an encasement, because otherwise that would have soiled your mattress. Yeah, that's not too great. You should replace that, because these things aren't expensive. They're not, because I own one. And underneath, you just have a standard, older inner spring mattress. Well, let's just cover that up. I'll dress this back up later. So, all in all, it's a budget hotel. I will accept it being a little bit rough around the edges. This is acceptable. I'm not going to say it's passing with flying colors, but it is acceptable. Got a kind of an old-looking headboard here, by the way. Almost looks like an antique. Who knows how old it actually is? Who knows if it's even originally theirs? You do have a book in there. And we got a nightstand that matches the dresser here. Also, this mirror right here actually matches those headboards.
I kind of wonder if this whole room is just stuff liquidated from other hotels.
That would not surprise me. I will take a look underneath the mattress as well. Nothing gross under there. That's a place where bed bugs like to hide, so it's always good to take a cursory look. I think I got my thumbnail there. We'll see. So, we got some linens here. These towels feel old. Now, what I will say, these are not expensive. Replace these towels. There's no reason to have this tattered ass. Hold it up to the light. These tattered ass, threadbare towels probably barely have any absorbency power left in them. You can see right through it. Not trying to crap on the place, but replace your towels. These things cost a few dollars a piece. Anywho, we've got a sink, good water pressure, a little sloppy, but good water pressure nonetheless. We also have some newer tile down here. If you look at the baseboards there, if you want to call them baseboards. Obviously, this used to be carpeted all the way up to the sink. Definitely a good thing that it is not anymore. We have gotten to the bathroom. So, all in all, a bit of, we've got kind of a residential style shower enclosure here. Looks to be newish at the very least. Toilet is... It's an old Briggs, it looks like. Toilet nerds like Andrew will appreciate that. Now, the toilet does look clean. We're going to see if it really is clean. We're going to do the gross out test. Now, I know from my comments that some of you are watchers of Hotel Impossible. Yes, I stole this from Anthony. So just wipe the rim. Oh, shit. That is not good. Oh, my God. This is why we call it the gross out test. That is awful. Clean your damn toilet. All right. We are going to turn on the shower to make sure it works. Even though you can see it does, but for posterity, here you go. It's an older shower head. Gets decent water pressure, decent hot water as well. Yeah, everything. All in all, I don't like the result. Now the gross out test, that's probably the worst one I've recorded actually. Shows that they do not clean the rim.
There's no real other housekeeping issues in this place.
No. They're real, I don't really like the state of my mattress protector. But that's, it's relatively nitpicky. It's hidden stuff. We do have one of these single-serve coffee makers you see in every hotel, by the way, with some courteous enough to provide us with free coffee cups. Never take anything for granted in a hotel anymore. Thing looks to be in pretty decent shape, all in all. Yeah, no complaints. Got a kind of a newer looking hair dryer there as well. I don't use them because they always suck. But yeah, I think that about covers my room tour. I guess I do want to show you the mini fridge as well, which does look like it was pulled out of the dumpster behind that Days Inn. not a little beat up. Even some dents. You can't really see it, but open it up. It works. It's cold. A little frosted. But it's clean. Nothing really to complain about there. I think that covers everything, though. Anything else to add, Jacob?
This place is pretty okay.
Yeah, this place is acceptable. All right.
I'd take it again for $50.
I would too. That is it. Hey, looky here. There's a free cup there. Want water?